Global depression incoming. And no, I'm not talking about your lack of a therapist. I'm talking about economic global depression that is coming because the United States economy is being artificially inflated by this AI bubble, and it's all about to burst. So I've got this article for you from Fortune, and also I've got some video footage from, I think, CNBC, where a billionaire investor, Jeremy Grantham, issues a warning that crypto is all fake and it is going to destroy the entire global economy. This is something that anybody with two fucking brain cells rubbing them together was able to come up with. I mean, anybody who actually takes crypto seriously is a window-licking troglodyte. It is completely fucking useless. Fuck! It is completely fucking useless. The entire thing is a scam designed for the stupidest people in the world to spend their money and then have it rug pulled from them, so the wealthiest people in the world can extract more of your income. It's absolutely diabolical. Before we dive into this, hi, I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti Vault. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser, a sponsor, a billionaire, a government. This is entirely grassroots funded by you, the viewer. So if you want to help me out, you want to help boost independent media, you could buy merch like the posters and the mugs and the hoodies and the crop tops. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member of the channel for $5. And of course, you can donate on Patreon. Massive shout out to all the patrons. If you want to watch my videos on Patreon, you won't have to deal with the YouTube advertisements if you don't have YouTube Premium. So without further ado, let's dive right into this article. The Central Bank of Central Banks just released its flagship annual report, and it sees a $1 trillion AI investment boom headed for a reckoning. The canal mania of the 1830s, the British railway bubble of the 1840s, the dot-com crash of 2000, each began with a genuine technological breakthrough that attracted more capital than commercial returns could ultimately justify. Each ended in a recession. The Bank for International Settlements, the Basel-based institution that coordinates with the world's central banks and serves as the global financial system's most authoritative watchdog, sees the $1 trillion AI investment boom in the same lineage, and it's not subtle about the comparison. Quote, "The scale and pace of the current AI investment boom, accompanied by expectations of large productivity payoffs, bear resemblance to these precedents," the BIS writes in its annual Economic Report 2026 released on Sunday. Quote, "These episodes ended with an eventual reversal in investment, including economy-wide recessions." So as we all know, there are like, what, 4, maybe 5 big AI companies that are, I'm not kidding, passing around hundreds of billions of dollars to each other in order to boost up their reputation and get more dumb fuck idiots to invest in it, okay? None of the money is real. It is all collected by like shit like Trump's meme coin, right? If you don't remember this, on Inauguration Day, or the day before Inauguration, Trump released the Trump meme coin, and they got like $1.6 billion worth of investments from his most loyal red hat wearing chuds. The people who were like, hold on. They were like, "Well, yeah, the president, he's got his own crypto coin. I want to have some of that crypto coin. Hell yeah, brother." So those fucking people, they invested almost all of their money, and then Trump rug pulled them, took all of their money, profited $1.6 billion, and all of those people still support Donald Trump because, as I say, we're talking about a cult, a death cult. We're not talking about people. So, a bet that's already outrunning the balance sheet. The 5 largest hyperscalers are on pace to spend more than $1 trillion on AI-related capital expenditure across 2025 and 2026 combined, a sum the BIS says is already outpacing their earnings and free cash flow, forcing some to issue debt to cover the gap. The BIS's concern isn't that AI is a fraud. The technology is real, and the report acknowledges that task-level studies consistently show productivity gains of 20% to 50% in time savings. But the concern is that every major hyperscaler is making the same massive bet simultaneously, driven by the perception that only a handful of players will ultimately dominate the market. That logic, the BIS warns, is a recipe for collective overcommitment. So it's similar to the fact that, like, when I was growing up, there was a whole lot of different phones you could choose from. You get the Razr flip phone, you can get the Juke phone, they were all, and then the iPhone came out. Essentially, all of those companies collapsed, right? And we were left with only 2 options, Apple and Samsung. That is what is going to happen with this AI bubble. And when that bubble bursts and we're left with 1 or 2 options, probably like fucking Claude and Grok because we live in hell, right? you're going to see massive economic recession beginning in the United States of America and then spreading across the entire fucking globe because the Epstein class has been propping up cryptocurrencies and AI generated art and AI porn, just the craziest, stupidest shit that nobody in this world needs. And it costs billions of dollars to operate. It needs fresh water to cool it down. And it pumps out straight fucking poison, primarily in black and brown populations like in Memphis. Okay, that's where we're at right now. All right, quote, the intense competition raises the risk of firms overcommitting resources to investment projects with still uncertain returns, the report states, leaving all firms vulnerable to disappointments in AI payoffs. Using contest theory modeling, BIS economists find that as competitive pressure drives capital expenditure higher, the net economic surplus for the sector as a whole, total payoffs minus investment costs, declines and could turn negative in adverse scenarios. A disappointment in return, the report warns, could trigger a sudden pullback in financing and turn the capex boom into a protracted investment bust. So I know I just spoke German to you. I know none of that makes any fucking sense, but it's very simple at its core. They're essentially saying that people are investing trillions of dollars into all of this AI shit, and when it comes crashing down, they're going to want to pull all of their money out, which will then lead to global economic recession. Now, most likely the government will bail out these AI companies, but they will not bail out the average person who put their fucking life savings or their child's college fund into an NFT. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have a little bit of coverage on this from CNBC that I want to watch. So this is billionaire investor Jeremy Grantham on crypto, calling it a useless speculative mechanism. And they actually got into a little bit of an argument here with, I forgot the other guy, but we're going to go like right here.
That point before. And yet, you know, the other side of that argument would say, tell it to the person.
Dude, the two-hand drink is such pussy shit.
Who has either made a fortune when they bought it at $5,000 and even today sitting at whatever it is, $60,000, or tell it to the person who should have bought it at $5,000 and is looking at the $60,000. Now it's different if you get to the $120,000.
Yeah, one of my colleagues at GMO actually bought it less than $1.
And blockchain is a real technology, and there's a lot that will transform the way things are done.
Absolutely, but we're not talking about blockchain.
Well,
we're talking about Bitcoin.
We're talking about Bitcoin, which is, and crypto, the whole industry.
And
I mean, money is nothing. There's nothing that sacred about what represents a form of exchange, and the way that Bitcoin is structured.
Fine.
There are people that would argue with you that it has a hard asset.
Other than the fact that some people have made a lot of money, like a chain letter, what does crypto do?
I don't understand the question. What
is the use of crypto? It pays no dividend. It doesn't represent an asset you can put your fingers on. There is nothing there. It is just an idea that it will go up in price. If you trust me, it will go up in price.
On an island, when shells were used to represent an hour of work, that you got 100 people, each one.
Good comparison.
I can physically hold a shell, though. I can go to work and you can give me some shells, and then I go to the store and it's one seashell for a cup of coffee. What the fuck? Has anybody ever been able to purchase something with Bitcoin? I'm sure that there's some of you fucking crypto losers out there who have bought like drugs off the Silk Road with crypto coins back in like 2011. That's how I used to buy and sell fake IDs. Shout out high school. But like, you can't just go to the store and buy something with fucking crypto. It's useless.
This is completely faith-based.
No, it represents proof of work. It represents proof of work. You're going to be totally wrong on Bitcoin, too? You're going to be wrong on everything you've covered.
Proof of unnecessary work shouldn't be worth a bucket of warm spit, and it will not be.
All right. It's only been 20 years so far, so someday you might be right about this.
Well, look, Warren Buffett's in the same camp.
No, I know, yes, so is Charlie Munger. But you want me to list 10 people that aren't in that camp that are...
I'm just suggesting that there's a lot of smart people who also have that view.
A lot of smart people who have a different view.
The point is, it hasn't outlived a general bull market. We've been in a bull market since March of '09.
Right.
And when we get into a bear market, which Joe may think we never will be again, a serious bear market of down 50, 60, 70, do we think it will prosper in that environment?
Anybody that listened to you from 2010, you've done a grave disservice to them. Ooh. So if you feel fine with that, that's what you do for a living.
You're really pissing off all of the crypto bros. The crypto bros are just whittle guys, and you're really pissing them off by telling them that cryptocurrency is fucking useless.
Fine, I don't have a problem. Andrew invited you on. I'm just pointing out the facts of the situation. If someday you might be right like a broken clock, that's what we'll say. This may be a huge bubble that we're in, but you've said it again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Someone who admittedly takes its view from gleaning the internet.
This is your track record.
It isn't my track record. I can go through and give you quarterly letters, which I have written, bracing yourself for a melt-up, a market melt-up. 2018, that's already 8 years, proves you don't know what you're talking about. And there are plenty of others like that.
I don't know where to go with that, Joe.
Nobody does. We're talking about crypto. None of it makes sense. It doesn't hold any validity. You're debating fluff, air. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Everybody watching this, including myself, is incredibly fucking confused, okay? Because it's fake money.
You can take them on
I said my piece. You booked them. You've got your 1929 book out. Maybe it happens at some point. Maybe it doesn't. But, hopefully it doesn't. The market at this point, the S&P is pushing 8,000 eventually. And you've probably been bearish for 80% of that.
I've been saying that the market is overpriced by long-term standards.
We were at 2,300 at the bottom in April.
Wait, somebody said so is the dollar right now. It's not backed by anything. Yes, and we're seeing a collapse in the U.S. dollar. The rest of the world is preparing to stop using the U.S. dollar as the global reserve currency. They're planning on swapping over to the Chinese yuan because the U.S. dollar is completely fucking worthless.
Of 2021. Did you ever turn bullish? So I rest my case.
In the foundation, listen,
look, I don't have an accent. This is your guess, whatever. But this is the way it is.
If you didn't write it, you never said it.
Right.
Okay. This bullshit from the internet is one thing. If it's in a quarterly letter, I accept responsibility.
Okay.
The bad news is I wasn't writing quarterly letters in 2021, so I can't point to anything.
Right. Viewers can make a decision.
I was running our family foundation. I can tell you what that was doing.
Right.
And
by the way, why don't we just do that? I know we got to go. How's the family foundation done? No, I'm just going to give you the opportunity. Given
this guy's got way too much makeup on.
Given the criticism
like the rest
he's done.
of life, it's been hugely cyclical. Up until 5 years ago, it was on a 10-year basis beating Harvard and Yale's endowment.
Okay.
It was doing very, very well. We were 0 on the database, the top dog.
I don't give a fuck about the rest of this. Essentially, the point is, the Bank of Banks, the central global bank, is issuing a dire warning that the entire global economy is about to collapse because we are artificially inflating this AI bubble and cryptocurrencies. The United States doesn't manufacture fucking anything. The only thing keeping us up is like a collection of 1,000 billionaires who are passing around $1 trillion to each other, pretending like they're actually like making strides in the AI market in order to motivate dumb window-licking, troglodytic, red hat-wearing, toothless fucking hicks into putting, I would say, their child's college fund, but they don't believe in college, putting in their, I don't know, their Bud Light and dip fund into fucking crypto, buying the Trump meme coin and the Melania meme coin and the World Liberty Financial meme coin. You name it, there's a meme coin for it. We are fucked. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti VOD. If you're here live, you stay. We got to get some thumbnails ready to go. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, donate to the channel any way that you want, and do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers.